Hey guys, this is Kelly with City Slickers Homestead. Today I'm actually going to show you a homemade Bisquick recipe that I use. And I've actually done the math a while ago. I can't remember exactly the cents on it. But compared to buying the box recipe in the store, it saves us at least $1 or $2 a box by making it homemade. So I found a recipe on Pinterest. I found it on, if I can find it. No, I don't think I wrote it down or I have it on here. But I found it on Pinterest. It's just under a homemade baking mix. Sorry, my son's doing my video for me.
I didn't want to.
So, what I'm going to do is go ahead and show you how I make it. So, the first thing it calls for is just 5 cups of all-purpose flour. And I do it in the blender because it makes it quite a bit easier.
Blender. Very stylish.
So 1, 2, 3, Nick, 4, 5. So once I get those in, I'll kind of turn it on slow, just so as I'm incorporating the other powder items, they'll start mixing in. And it calls for 1/4 cup of baking powder. And then teaspoon of salt. Focus, child.
The cat's better. And then
Teaspoon of salt. And then it'll be
Bisquick or cat? Question for the comments.
and then 2 teaspoons of sugar. And so we'll let that run for a minute.
1.
You're goofy, child. Okay, so
Oh.
you can put in a cup of Crisco in this, or you can do a cup of butter. But if you do butter in it, then you have to actually store it in the refrigerator. If you do shortening, Crisco, whichever your choice, the vegetable shortening, then you can just store it in an airtight container, which we put ours in this. And as much as we make on a weekend for our kids, we make homemade waffles, homemade pancakes out of it. I usually have to make 2 or 3 batches usually to fill that thing at least once a month. So, because we make it every weekend. So now I'm going to put in 1 cup of shortening. And what I do is I kind of do like just a little section at a time.
Hi guys.
Good.
Kids are a little feisty tonight. Guys, please.
Yeah.
Thank you. So once I get the last little bit in there, I'll just let that all mix up, and it will kind of get almost like a little crummy type texture to it. So you want to show them, Nick? See, it'll start getting kind of like a crummy texture as the Crisco. Don't look at it then. As the Crisco incorporates in with the flour. So I'll kind of take it up, make sure there's nothing stuck on the blade there. Make sure all the big chunks are not big chunks and a little bit smaller.
Incorporated feel.
Okay, Nick.
That's how it used to be Bisquick.
So I'll usually kind of turn it up a little bit towards the end when it's not so fluffy, floury, to where it'll come out to kind of help break up the vegetable shortening a little bit better. Okay, and literally that is it to making homemade Bisquick. And then what I'll do is I'll add it in here. And I'll probably make another batch too to fill it up a little bit more.
And
okay guys, so that is honestly as easy it is to make homemade Bisquick. It's basically also the same way of making the waffles. The 2 cups of the batter mix, of the Bisquick mix. It's 2 cups of that, 1 egg, 1 1/3 milk, and then instead of adding oil to it like a normal Bisquick waffle mix, it's actually 2 tablespoons of butter, and I just melt it and then mix it all in there. So, and it's honestly, the kids think it tastes better. I think it tastes better. We know what's in it. There's no preservatives, no nothing, and it saves us money too. Especially, you know, if you're able to get the flour, get the baking powder, anything like that on sale, that saves you extra money there too. So, as always, like and subscribe, share our videos, and I'll talk to you next time I go to bake something, because my stepdaughter's birthday is coming up this week, and I'm kind of making her own little cake, and I'll probably film that as well. So, thanks guys.
you too.